title of this video is called It's Very Destructive, and today I'm going to be going over some techniques that you can practice on the wooden dummy that are considered destructive in nature. What I'm referring to are the techniques that we have from the art of Kali that actually attack the opponent's offense, particularly his punches and his kicks. Now these techniques are called guntings, and they all originated from the weapons in the Filipino martial arts. So what I like to do briefly is just, with the help of one of my students, show you the origins of these techniques so that you're better able to see their empty hand applications. Okay, so let's look at some of these guntings and where they came from. So I have a stick and a knife, and just say John is going to throw 2 punches at me, and I want to destroy those punches. I can take the butt end of the knife and I can just nail it right onto his forearm there. I can take my stick and I can do the same here, or I can even go on the inside. If John punches me again, you can see I can take the butt end of the stick and I can just lay it right on his forearm, and I can even take the knife and poke it in here. Very destructive techniques. Other things you can do that stem from the knife during punches would be to slice the punch as it comes at you right here. You can see how much damage that can do, or I can go across and get it on this side, and then that's going to actually turn into our use of our elbows. So if John was to give me that same punch, just like I'm slicing up, I'm just going to elbow and slice across just like I'm going to elbow. So there would be the empty hand application to the knife gunting. All right, so let's see how we can practice some of those guntings on the wooden dummy. Some of those techniques you saw me do with one of my students. We'll start first by destroying our opponent's punches. So we are going to simulate that with the 2 upper arms of the wooden dummy. And we're first going to go over destructions that I show when your hands are up and ready, okay, which hopefully is most of the time. But we do have ones if your hands are down and you're not ready. So let's go over the ones when your hands are up. A very simple one is just to strike that arm that's coming at me with my hammer fist, okay, as if I'm holding a knife or something in my hand. I am just hitting that person's punching arm, and I'm just striking either the bicep or the forearm, or even the back of the hand or the back of the forearm. I am just looking to get an encouraging destruction in there, encouraging him, meaning encouraging him not to strike me anymore. Okay. The thing you want to remember when you do this technique is don't just use your arms, okay? That leaves opportunity for him to strike in between. You want to turn your whole body and leave your arm kind of right in front of your face as you strike. You see, this way, you know, you can actually be very defensive as well as offensive at the same time and not risking an opening, okay? Another one you can do, again, when your hands are up, is you can really get some power and just punch right through your opponent's arm, just like a boxing hook, okay, or even an angle it as an uppercut. I'm just looking to destroy, really destroy this person's attack, again encouraging him not to attack, okay. Now the worst one that he'll be subject to is me guiding one of his punches, his fist, right into my elbow. Okay, if you're ever on the receiving end of this, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is very destructive and will definitely do some damage to his arsenal. Okay, now I can do this either vertically coming up or horizontally going across, okay, with either arm against either punch. As long as these punches are straight and on target, I can destroy them with the elbow. Also, if I have an opportunity to grab my opponent's arm or hold my opponent's arm while it's in extension, I can come down really destructively on his bicep, okay, and just drive my elbow right into his arm while I'm holding it, which makes it much more effective. Okay, now I mentioned the hands might not always be up, so my hands are down. Okay, that doesn't mean you still don't have any opportunity to do some of these destructions. One of them that I show is just a guiding parry while my other hand hits the bicep. Okay, so this is a motion that we represent with the sticks quite often. It's a muscle memory action that you can do, and it can go to the bicep, or it can go back behind the tricep into the funny bone or the ulnar nerve. Okay, it's a target that you can hit and aim for, and this is when your hands are below the punch, not on line with the punch, but they're actually below the punching angle. Okay, so that would be another opportunity to throw a gunting. Okay, I'm going to set the dummy up for some kick defenses, some kick destructions, and what I'm going to do to prepare that is I'm going to remove one of the arms, one of the upper arms, and replace it with a staff so it can come out a little bit further, and I can really utilize that better for kick destruction. And I'm also going to do the same on the midline, so maybe I have a midline destruction I want to do against his kick, and all the low line kicks that my opponent throws, I'll just represent them on the dummy leg itself. Okay, so we'll be right back. I'm just going to set up the dummy. All right, I removed one of the upper arms to the wooden dummy, and I replaced it with a rattan staff about 6 feet long, and I tied it down in the back so it has both play and it is at the same height as my head. So this is a great representation, a good adjustment to do to the wooden dummy when we want to practice our guntings against kicks such as a roundhouse. Okay, so my hands are up. I'm facing my opponent. Okay, what you want to remember when you're facing a kick, you want to turn towards that kick. Okay, you want to be in line with this kick. You want to be able to absorb this kick right into an elbow, right into his ankle. Okay, so by turning my body, I'm able to have the kick right into my arms, and I can come straight up into the ankle, or I can even come straight up into his shin, and I'll get a good gunting on that. My hands are down. I probably won't be able to execute that gunting, but there is another opportunity I can show you. My hands are down. What I want to do is raise my arm under the kick and place it on a shelf. This is called shelving. I want to lower my head below the kick in case it goes over the shelf, and now I'm going to capture the kick while it's in the air, and I'm going to come under it with either a punch or an elbow. Okay, so again, my hands are down. Okay, I bring my hand up, I lower my head, I capture this kick, I'm holding the kick in the air, and now I have an opportunity to come up and destroy that kick. All right, so let's put the staff in the middle arm, and I will show you how to destroy something like a side kick. All right, I replaced the middle arm with the staff, and I tied it down in the back so that it is pretty even with my stomach. And this is a great representation of a linear kick such as a side kick. Again, just like I did with the high kick, I'll start with my hands up. And what I want to do against a side kick is basically three things. I want to judge its depth and move out of the way. And I also want to push this kick to the ground, and I want to elbow it as I do that. Okay, so what I'm doing is moving, patting, and elbowing. Okay, right on the person's ankle. Okay, so this is my hands are up. I move, I pat it, and I elbow it. If my hands are down, probably not going to get a chance to do that one, but what I want to do is something called a wing block. I'm going to move out of the way, deflect this kick off to the side, and then bring up my knee right into the person's calf. Okay, my hands are down. I want to step away, block the kick, wing block, deflect it away from you, and then bring up that knee. All right. All right, let's get the wooden dummy back to where it was, and we'll show you how to destroy kicks that go to your leg, and we'll use the wooden dummy leg for that. Okay, so we're back. I put the original arms back into the wooden dummy, and I lowered the camera just a little so you can see that we're going to use the wooden dummy leg as a representation of him kicking our leg with his shin, sort of like a Thai boxing kick, a low line kick. Okay, so we want to get comfortable doing a gunting to that kick and remaining on balance as we do it. So since this is my lead leg, the leg he's trying to kick, I'm going to pick that knee up and I'm going to place it on the wooden dummy leg and lean back. Okay, bend your knee as much as you can, and this would be him running into my knee with his shin. Okay, there have been certain occurrences where this actually has broke the shin bone completely against fight in the UFC, and this is a very damaging destruction that can end the fight very quickly. Okay, so this is just turning, facing that angle of attack, raising your knee up, and leaning back for balance. Okay, you don't want to have your knee bent and standing up on one leg. I say I can't even hold my balance that way. So you lean back and you point your knee and keep your hands up as that kick is coming. Okay, just like guiding a punch into your elbow, you're kind of setting up the kick to come into your knee. Okay, so now that we covered the guntings individually against punches and kicks, let me show you how we can flow those techniques into other things I've been showing, such as blocks and groin strikes and ear slaps, and then you can really see the system coming together when I show this to you. All right, so let's take these guntings, these destructions, and let's combine them with some of the other techniques and tools that I've been showing you on the wooden dummy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to represent my opponent giving me maybe three attacks in a row, a kick and 2 punches. Okay, so his kick will go to my leg. That will be a kick maybe from Thai boxing. He's aiming at my thigh, and then 2 punches coming to my face that I'm going to destroy all 3 of these attacks, and then follow up with my own attack back at him so that it flows. And that's really the best way of really getting the best attribute development out of your techniques when using the wooden dummy. Okay, so like I showed you before, kick is coming at my leg. Here's my leg. He's kicking at my leg. Face it. Put your knee up in its path and destroy it. And now the punch is coming. You want to guide that into your elbow. Okay, second punch is coming. I'm going to parry it away, and I'm going to strike right into his bicep. Okay, now I'm going to follow up with a groin strike, an ear slap, and a kidney slap. Okay, and then you can continue on with a couple of follow-up punches if you want to keep the flow going. Okay, now you just want to make these up. You want to just piece these things together. I'll do the same one just to show you to make it flow. It doesn't have to go fast. It shouldn't go fast. You want to make it flow and concentrate more on the other attributes that you need: balance, coordination, mechanical motions. Okay, so here's the kick coming at my leg. Face it, destroy it. I'm going to destroy this punch with my elbow and this punch with my fist, and then I'm going to follow up with a groin strike, an ear slap, kidney slap, and I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, let's look at another one. I'm just going to reverse it. I'm just going to do the offense first and the gunting second. Okay, just to make a different flow pattern out of it. So what I'm going to do in the offense, I'm just going to strike low, medium, and high. Okay, so maybe I'll do a groin strike and a stomach strike, and then an ear slap or a hook strike. Okay, and now my opponent is attacking. He's giving me this punch. I'll do my striking action to that motion over to there. Okay, and then I'll do it again over to here. Okay, and now I'm going to look for an opportunity to grab his arm, and I'm really going to come across and give him the really good destruction on the bicep. Okay, so I'll do that again. Okay, I'm starting with my offense. Okay, this will be a groin, stomach, face. Okay, now I'm going to destroy his arms twice, and I'm going to look for an opportunity to grab his arm and get in there with a good destruction. Okay, so that was the video on gun tings. There is still a major gun ting we did not discuss yet, and I felt it deserved its own video. And it is a gun ting that actually describes the Filipino word. It means scissor, and our next video. Appropriately is called A Good Set of Scissors, and we'll try and get that out to you soon. And as always, I thank you for watching.